Death Watch.
Setting things on fire is the most creative expression there is.
The creature you had rescued and healed tore off through the forest, and you heard a near splitting scream, which you presumed to be the goblin he was chasing, meeting its demise. So what do you do? For now, the monkeys who have been trying to steal your stuff seem to be content to just sit up in the top of the trees, watching.
Probably tie up the goblins first of all.
Are weapons still glowing?
No.
Or warm? Sorry.
Yes, they are still warm.
Yeah, it's a good idea, Rohan. I'm gonna request some rope from one of the three people that actually have rope, and set about tying up the goblins. Unless someone else can use rope better than I can. I'm not very good at tying knots.
I might be able to.
Same here. But I will back down with the rope offer, because mine's a silk rope. Once I realize what you want to use it for. I'm like, yeah, I got rope. Oh, wait.
I've got some regular rope I'll tie them up with.
Alright.
I do not tie them very well.
Nope.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 2.
No,
My
I mean,
skill is a 7.
What skill?
Use rope.
Oh, okay. Remind me of the story Bodhi used to tell about someone who played with him who would just randomly look dead serious and roll without even being told what to roll or telling what he is rolling.
Should we go after that creature?
We don't even know if it's really friendly or not.
I think Graham's a little frightened of it.
Yeah.
Plus, it's dark now. I prefer to just stay at camp.
To camp?
We got lost out there when it was light outside, so.
Well, we should probably address the fact that the rituals that I've performed for ceremony have also started doing things.
Yeah, there are a lot of weird
Which-
things going on.
It's odd.
Your rituals work. There are goblins. Some giant antlered creature just ran at us. And monkeys keep trying to steal everything we have. And the cat's back.
Can I do a
It's
history
looking worse by the minute.
knowledge check to see if I can recall any stories of whatever that creature was?
Sure.
20.
No, you've never heard a story wherein such a creature is described.
I don't have a clue.
Should we double the watch tonight? Do we even want to camp here?
I think, didn't you already have a double set up?
I think we were.
Yeah, it was like me and you on the first one.
Yeah, I'd rather camp here than try and
At a single
forward,
watch order.
go through the.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys weren't doing a double watch.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's too late in the night to move camp.
Yeah.
So do
So-
we want to double up watch then?
Might
Yeah.
as well.
Okay. How late into the night is it so far?
Look at your watch.
I'll look at the moon.
You can't see the moon.
My sundial doesn't seem to be working either.
It's
I
Could your
kept perfect
survival
time.
possibly do it?
Huh?
Your survival skill?
Can I use my survival for that?
Sure.
I think I can. I tell perfect time. 25.
it's 3:32 in the morning.
So how does that really work at night? Could you tell by the star pattern?
Yeah,
or
where the
something?
stars are in the sky. How they've shifted.
So Graham had first watch, I had second watch. Casimir was supposed to be third and Rohan last. Do you guys just want to double up there?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, so you tied the goblins. Did you tie them to a thing or just tie them up individually as a group?
Probably tie him to a tree and gag him.
Did you
I
get
had
a
a whole lot
4?
of experience with
A
this.
9?
I got a 7.
You just put like bands around each hand so they have total freedom of movement.
Probably
They just get up
something
and
like
walk
that.
away.
Coiled it neatly around their feet.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't think that's
I've
gonna
never
work.
tied up a prisoner before. If someone else wants to do it, then
I can. I have the skill too, but I don't want to be like, oh, it didn't work for him. Let me jump in there and try to do it.
Well,
I'm okay with that.
Looks like a perfect knot to grind.
I've seen farmers tie up like mules and donkeys, like the donkey Philo is tied to a tree branch, and that would secure him. But I don't think coiling it around their feet would work. Does someone else want to try?
You're 100% correct.
We could just tell them to not go anywhere.
They'd probably listen. Well, I don't know. Do you think they'll listen?
We can speak to them, can't we?
Yeah. I'll turn to the goblins and say, stay within the light or the light of the fire. There are worse things out there that just killed your friend tonight.
Yeah, they agree profusely.
How is it that you know how to speak their language?
This is
I'm a secret. You now notice that I'm actually a goblin.
What were they saying back in the village?
I don't know. I couldn't understand them then. I don't know. I just think about talking to them in their foul language, and I do.
Didn't you study that while we were training?
Yeah.
I tried. I couldn't make sense of it.
Yeah, training just kicked in when they started talking and pieced it together.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll gather my gear up. And, well, is anybody injured?
I took a little bit of damage.
No, unless the mock battle was true.
I just had subdual from
I'll,
Monkey earlier. It's probably gone now.
Did you want to try tying them up again? 'Cause even if they stay in the light, I don't want them
Free, yeah.
attacking us.
Okay, I can give it a shot.
Yeah.
You direct it to my attention.
I'm not used to tying up prisoners, so maybe you'll have a better chance than I do.
I'll use ritual to heal small cuts and bruises on Rohan.
Okay.
Just, cure my wounds.
Roll a concentration check.
May I take a 10?
Yeah.
It's 17.
Okay.
So 1.
Yeah.
I'm going to secure the bonds on these goblins.
Do you feel better now?
24.
A little bit.
Do you speak Goblin?
I do not.
Okay, well, they're talking to you while you're doing it, trying to say something to you.
I don't want to offend them, so I'll just fill in the gaps and respond to those. Like, so he's telling me about different kinds of fish, and I'll be like, "Well, my favorite's what kind of fish do we got in our area right now?
All kinds.
All kinds."
Yeah.
Using set number 2 brain.
So yeah, I'll just say those, whatever.
Okay.
Did I notice it? He's having a conversation that makes no sense. What do I hear the goblins trying to tell him?
That the knots are too tight and it hurts.
Oh yeah, I like bluefish too. Yeah.
Bluefin tuna.
Bluefin tuna, that's my favorite.
Swordfish.
I've heard bluefin tuna is pretty good.
It's the best.
I like their
He
choices.
starts talking about an ancient story where an old man catches a giant fish, but it's eaten by sharks before it gets back to the dock.
And then everybody's sad for the rest of the day. But inspired a little bit too at the same time.
But yeah, I'll mention to him that they don't have to be quite that tight.
Okay.
That
I'll try to
you
loosen
might
them up
hurt
then.
him.
Okay.
Make it more comfortable.
What did you roll?
24.
Okay. Okay. So you get them all secured, and
And then was it me and you are going to take
No,
the
it's
first?
me and-
Oh, okay.
Casimir, we're finishing up the rest of the night.
I'll ask them questions during my watch,
okay.
like where they came from, like how did they arrive here, type stuff.
Okay. So when you're talking to them, it becomes clear immediately that they're incredibly stupid. And they have even less of a mastery of their language than you do. So the only information that you can get out of them is that they came on a boat, and there was heavy storms, and that they're scared of the man that they came with.
And who's he? They don't know.
Yeah, they don't know.
Is he? Does
They
he look
just
like
call
us?
him Master.
Uh-huh.
But they say that he can set people on fire just by looking at him. Oh, and that there was a
That was
lot
mine.
more of them, but a couple of their boats sank in the storms and they drowned.
Oh, good.
How much rations do we have?
We have
Oh yeah.
10,
Did I set my-
10
my
days
snares?
worth of rations
Per person.
per person. Yeah.
Now we're down to 9 because we went a day, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I'm going to prepare set 2 again, Brady.
Mark me down for -2 more,
Okay.
and I'll give the goblins some rations.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the weight of a gallon of water came out to, what, like 8 pounds we figured out in the 5.0? Which is what she needed for a day. So
Per day.
it's pretty much a water skin.
There are 2 water skins worth. Because you need 2 per day, right?
Yeah, well, I think the water skin itself weighs 4 pounds, but
I thought it was 1 water skin per day.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you're drinking a healthy amount. I think they got rules in this edition for stretching it.
Wait. So, do we survive to see the sunrise?
Rhett, yes. So nothing else of note happens during the night.
Okay.
Did we get enough sleep to prepare spells? Or, like, could I do that during my watch after I'm
Yeah,
done?
you could.
Alright.
Do you want to scavenge early morning and see if you can find water to refill our...
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll check my snares and look for water first thing in the morning.
All right, roll your survival.
18.
So that's whatever that means. That's what you find for your snares.
Okay, so it's
It's like some squirrels,
Alright,
and
Brandon.
a grizzly bear.
Because his spells are working, I'm going to study my spell book during my watch, and I'm going to prepare 3 light spells for
Okay.
cantrips, and 1 shield and 1 comprehend language.
Okay.
And if you want, I can make some like spell prepared things like John has. for you.
I provide food and water
Those okay?
for 5 people.
Okay, so I'm gonna take off the 1 day. I'll take the 2 days off of Kastner's rations, so he's only used 1 day's worth. Our water skins would be full as well.
After I run through my morning routine, I'm gonna check the knots on the goblins' bonds,
Okay.
and then it will occur to me like, I wonder what we're gonna do with them, and I'll ask whoever happens to walk by when that thought occurs to me.
I'll take care of the pack animal.
I
Oh wait, yeah, someone else did that better than me. I've
Yeah,
never
I take
handled
care of
livestock. Okay, there you go. I'll just go about situating our food and water then.
Okay.
Are any of the goblins injured?
No,
Oh, okay.
they do stink though. Really bad.
I'll talk to them slowly and loudly and tell them that they need to bathe in the water
Bathe-
that he
bathe
found.
regularly.
That,
You
Rohan found.
No, that water's for drinking.
Well, no, like we're gonna leave. They can bathe in it after we gather our water.
Some of the water I found might have just been like in puddles or...
Yeah, he didn't find like a river. or
Okay.
anything.
Squeezed out some animal.
He found a vine
Yeah.
that had water. Whatever. You know, some leaves that had some.
Can you collect some plants that smell good and we can like make them wear them or something? Their smells offend me greatly.
So don't go near it.
When the wind blows, though, the other direction, I still have to smell them.
Then stay upwind. Come
City
on,
Fender.
There's not a whole lot we can do about it.
Well, what do we all want to do with them in general? Are we just going to take them the whole way with us?
I don't know.
It's an important conversation to have.
We can't let them go.
Yeah.
And I feel that killing them now is wrong.
So at some point, when Casimir, when you walk by, I ask my question, which is, what are we going to do with these goblins to get the ball rolling? So
I've never really had to deal with
prisoners.
I'll ask them. Do they take prisoners where they come from?
Yeah, they do.
And what do you
They
do
said
with
we
them?
do. We eat them.
I'm against. I won't say that last part. Is that all you do? Is eat them?
Sometimes make them work.
I thought
I like
might
the
be
idea
able to
that would
lead
you
us
work for
back
us?
to where they came from.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
where their camp is.
You'd betray us the first chance you get, huh?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Wait, I mean, no.
It's a,
You master now. You master now.
they say that they're willing to work for us. That we're master now. I'm not quite sure how I feel on that. But I wouldn't be opposed. I don't think we should just kill them. They're unarmed, and I think we
agree.
can't let them go.
Well, maybe we should
Do
just...
a sense motive.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Believe in 100%.
Stuck the landing.
That would be a -1 for me.
5.
Seems
a zero
they're
for me.
being completely genuine.
I think that they'll work for us, as we can have them do night tasks, chop firewood, or well, not chop, stack firewood. Maybe feed the,
Keep the monkeys at bay.
yeah, keep the monkeys back, stuff like that. General.
Can you lead us back to your camp or where you came from?
We're lost. Don't know where
We're
we are.
useless.
So we just got to keep them with us for now.
Can you find the tracks of the thing that we healed, or I healed the other night?
Suppose I could take a look.
Okay.
27.
Yeah, you find the tracks. Giant hoof prints.
Okay. Who wants to come with me to go see if we can find this guy or thing?
I can go with you.
I'll volunteer. I was learning how to
Okay.
track from him.
All right. I'll show him. There's one big print. There's another big print. We go in that direction.
All I see is grass.
He's naive, not stupid.
Yeah. So, they're pretty easy to follow. But you can see he's moving at a high rate of speed. Right where you're at is where he took off at his full speed, which is really fast. So it depends on how far you want to follow the tracks.
Suppose we'd follow it out to where the, at least we find a mutilated corpse of a goblin.
Okay, it's like 200 yards away. And you see the mutilated remains of a goblin. Yeah, and it's not clear how it was killed, except for that weapons don't appear to have been used.
Okay.
So, the best you can figure looking at the state of the remains is that it was simply just torn apart.
And then which direction do the tracks go off after that?
Well, they continue in the same direction, but they're much lighter and smaller space between them now.
I don't think we're going to catch up to him. Besides, I don't want that to happen to us. We should probably continue on our journey.
I agree.
Alright, we'll follow the tracks back to where they are.
Okay.
Do you think that if we have some spare time, you could teach me this language, Casimir?
Sure, I have no problem with that. It's very, very foul language, though.
What's your intelligence?
12.
Brandon will remember that.
I don't think I'll forget. 'Cause I won't.
Yeah, I'm just going to increase it with the. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, the goblins insist that you're their master now, and they'll do what you say, but they don't know where their camp is because they're lost.
You want to tie a lead like you would a pack
Yeah.
animal? And we can just string them along like that.
I'll
How
set
many
it
are
all
in
up.
your camp?
8.
Do you know how to count?
They hold up both hands
Okay.
with 10 fingers. And they say there's 8 people. Many 8.
Mini 8.
How many is many? We figured this out.
Can you?
What is many? It's
Can
like-
you
Native
track
American
the goblin
languages.
at all, rather
There's
than
more than 7.
see if because they were waiting for us? It seemed like.
Yeah.
Or waiting for
either they were
something.
waiting for us or they were
Yeah.
tracking that thing.
So can you track them?
Were you trying to find us? Were you trying to track the thing with the antlers when we came across you?
Yeah, we try to kill it.
So that's what you were after. You weren't looking for us?
No, we don't know you.
Okay.
So
Why were they trying to kill it?
Master says so.
Master said so.
Okay.
I want to string these guys together with like a lead line so we can carry it. Would you like a new use rope roll?
Yep.
13.
Okay.
Maybe we could, if you can find them at least, try and track that back to where they came from.
Yeah, there were what, 6 of them that attacked us?
Yeah.
So they should have left some sort of passage. I'll see if we can track the way the goblins came.
Okay.
18.
All right. So you start ranging out and looking for tracks, and eventually you find them
Okay.
heading east, which was the direction you were going anyways.
Okay.
Or north, I mean. Sorry, north.
So hopefully they found a better path than we did. But yeah, we'll try and track those and follow them back.
Okay.
What do you want the
So
order
is
to
it
be?
every
Do you want
hour
to
I have
hang
to
on
make
to
another
the
check?
the
Yeah.
lead for the prisoners, or
Yeah, I can. I can
Okay.
keep them in the center of us.
okay? As
We could even tie them to the pack mule, couldn't we?
well, I don't know if they would take it.
I don't mean like strap them to it. I mean just tie their lead rope to.
Yeah, but if we have to drop the
Yeah.
lead, they might be able to.
Just pull it
True.
along, and it's a compliant animal for the most part.
Yeah.
So I'd rather have that a little separate.
Yeah, the cat is now riding the mule.
How much weight does that take?
It's too
It's
much.
already at its limit, man.
We ate a couple rations,
Yeah.
so.
Well, we replenished all but one.
And then we used some rope. That's like 10 pounds.
I thought you were carrying that rope.
Yeah. If we need to, I can take.
We can. I was gonna say we can strap something to the goblins and make them. They're supposed to work for us, but I don't know if I would trust them with anything important. Everything on that mule is important.
All right. So let me know when we get to our next tracking check.
All right. I'll take up rear.
That's where I am with the
Okay.
mule.
I'll take up front then. And have Graham in between. Yeah. Okay.
And then while we're going, I'm going to be making little notes on my parchment, trying to draw up kind of a crude map of the directions we've been going and where we are. And so as one of my things was map making.
Oh, right. Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
So who's holding the lead rope for the goblin?
I am. I can continue. On that. I have a lot to say about fish.
Okay, so tracking course means that you travel more slowly. You guys won't be covering as much distance. The goblins don't give you any trouble, at least for this first hour. So do another check for staying on the tracks.
17.
Okay. So you see the tracks clearly, and you can even see in a couple spots the tracks of the antlered person they were chasing. He was running away from Graham, roll a spot check.
11.
Okay. So you travel for another hour along game trails, and at some point there's less tracks, and then at another point there's even more tracks than 6. But now at the point you're at, you're back to the 6 tracks, And it's time for another check.
28.
Okay. You easily see. Fenrir,
Yes.
spot check in the second hour.
8.
All right. Third hour.
23.
Graham, spot check.
10.
All right. So now one more check for tracks in the fourth hour.
24.
Okay. So now you're about midday, and you can hear, which you've been able to hear for the last hour as you're walking, but it's louder and louder, and now it's unmistakably the sound of a waterfall.
Okay.
Do you continue or stop?
I'm getting flashbacks of alligators and snakes.
We gotta look at the waterfall.
Of course you do.
It's the going over the waterfall that hurts.
I'm gonna ask goblins if they stopped by the waterfall on their way.
Yeah.
They did.
We walked over it.
Walked over it? Okay. Does this path lead us over it? Okay.
They're lost.
We'll continue following the tracks, I guess.
Okay.
See where they cross the waterfall.
All right. So, about an hour's walk. Casimir, roll a spot check.
4.
Okay. And then you break out of the trees. The ground had started to become a little bit harder. And you break out, and you're on this rocky opening. You can see a river up and ahead of you and to the left as it's falling down. So you're like about 100 feet below where the water begins to fall. But you can see a gorge ahead in a canyon.
Okay. Guess we'll need to start looking for a place to cross.
Right, so what becomes immediately apparent is the tracks lead to a massive tree that has fallen across the canyon.
Okay. That makes it a little easier.
So it's about 20 feet wide, the walkable area on this tree is it's landing. So it's enormous.
Is it still rounded or is it flattened?
Well, it is still rounded.
That's going to be tough.
But the top of it,
Across
you
there.
can see is like rotted and chipped from, rain and people walking on it. So it's not hard and round.
Did the tracks of the big thing cross this as well, or was it just the tracks of the goblin? that
You
was
don't
here?
see those anymore.
Okay. So I'm gonna say ran into that on this side.
Did they cross this?
The goblins? Yeah, the goblins said
Did they cross
that they
this
crossed.
thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we see any problems getting across it with the mule or anything?
Yeah, we should probably unload the mule to let it cross, and we'll have Casimir lead it across.
Okay.
And we can bring the supplies over.
And then Rohan with the goblins, and then
Yeah.
we can follow with the supplies. Okay.
Yeah.
I can carry a bunch of supplies
Okay.
too. Well,
We have 88 pounds total of supplies right now.
Well, I thought part of unloading the mule was so that it wasn't overloading the weight, right?
Well, not just that, just make it easier to get across for the mule. Because it's rounded, it's going to be a little bit difficult, I'd imagine, for it to have even footing on there. We don't want to have it weighed down with a medium.
it's 20 feet of walkable surface, right? It's 4 squares.
It's enormous.
Yeah, but overall shape of it? As if it could
That's
be 20
why I
feet.
said walkable space.
So flattened enough?
Pretty much.
Okay. Still like to take some off just in case.
Yeah, in case
Take
we
some
have
of the
stuff
food
in the
and-
water.
So the food and water and maybe,
There's
So
still some merit to the idea if anything did go wrong.
yeah,
With having the supplies split up a little bit.
Yeah.
there's
yeah.
so the river. There's like a second fall below the tree, And so the river itself, on the third fall, which is directly below the tree, is about 150 feet down. That's how high you are.
Is there anywhere that we can actually get to the river? To the water? I was just thinking for refilling skins and, and stuff
Not,
that we're traveling.
not anywhere that you can, that's within your line of sight.
How far down?
Like 150 feet.
We could find somewhere that's a little more manageable. We could always tie a skin to a rope and lower it down.
I don't know if it'd be
Water
worth it.
skins don't feel like that way. You don't just dip them in water.
Kind of float.
Isn't it like the little squirty guns at the pool? You just hold them under for a few seconds?
Maybe we'll find an opportunity somewhere else. I mean, it did rain last night,
Yeah.
so
Is there any spot where we can get? Because we're what? There's a fall that's still like higher than us, right? Could we get to that and like?
Yeah, you might be able to. Well, yeah, you could. You could do that.
okay.
Well, why don't we do that
Why
after
don't
we cross?
Yeah, let's cross first. So let's unload the mule,
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to
And
find a
then
better
cross.
spot to cross.
and then we can get all the stuff across, load it up, and then worry about the water. There is a ritual to create water inside your skins that I know of.
Water
Sounds like
inside
you need
my
trees.
Your
skin?
water skin. And your skin, yes, too. Yes, sir.
Oh, that doesn't sound comfortable.
It's a beauty
Probably not.
treatment.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes
Tightens
the
the
skin nice
skin.
and nice and
Nice,
soft.
puffy.
It's like touching the surface of a pond.
Okay, and we're off track.
All right. So I'll start unloading the mule with the help of Casimir, if he's still willing.
I can carry up to 153 pounds. That'll medium load me out.
Okay. Well, there's only 88, so
Yeah. Carry a good chunk of it and then divide the rest up between you guys.
as I can carry.
I should be able to carry one of the two of the water skins and some rations.
Yeah, I can carry another 42 pounds before I'm hitting almost my max. So
Probably don't want to carry much and have a check penalty if I have to do something with these goblins.
because I'm already.
Yeah, if you have to, you just push them out of the side.
You're free.
But remember to untie the
So,
rope.
Yeah,
I can-
we do need the rope back.
I'll take 10 pounds. How much do you want to take? I leave 78 pounds left.
I can take 20.
Alright, so that's going to leave 58 pounds left.
I'll take 30.
Okay.
I can take more if you guys need it to.
Okay, so we got 28 pounds. Do you need any, or do you have any room to spare?
I got
I can take another 8.
4 pounds.
Okay, so
A
you're
water
okay
skin.
with another 20?
Yeah, I can take that, no problem.
Okay.
It's like the image of like knowing exactly how much more weight you can carry.
Can you carry? No, too heavy.
Can't- let's-
My
we'll have
dex
to
is
empty
impaired.
this.
Here, take this.
Well, I picture it as we just pile stuff on someone till their knees kind of start shaking.
Huh?
20 pounds?
That's 20, yeah.
One more water skin, Graham. Come on, you would do it. No. Your knees bend the wrong way, like
Except the weights are so low that he's basically just got like a couple things. That's enough. I can't take anymore.
You
You
want to
guys
go
gave me
across with the mule
a
first?
water skin and a handful of mule feed. That's what I'm carrying.
That's all I can carry.
Any more? That'll be it. And I got the goblins.
I think we're ready to
You wanna
cross.
go across, and then I guess we'll send the mule after that. Just of him
Oh,
over there to
go
help
scout?
you if you need it.
yeah, sure, go first.
Yeah. And while I'm crossing, I'll try and test the ground, make sure that everything's safe for larger, heavier creatures. That there aren't any like rotten spots where they could fall
Right.
through.
Okay. Do survival.
It's not tracking, so 19.
So it's like the top layer is rotted, but it still feels solid underneath.
Okay. Alright, I'll call back. Should be safe.
All right, I'll climb up on the tree and try to guide the mule up.
Okay. Right, so it's 200 feet across this chasm. Do an animal handling.
Oh, 15.
Okay. So look at my die.
We need it on camera though.
Okay. Right, so no problem. The mule hops right on up there. Starts following you. So are you going one at a time?
Yeah. Well, at least for
In a
Yeah,
order,
I-
I think,
I guess, yeah.
Crosses. I mean, when it gets a little bit further out, then I can start along. And I just space it a little bit. Say
Right.
20 feet. You said it's 200 feet across?
Yeah.
then while they're crossing, I'll scan the forest
Sound
on
good
this
to
side to
Okay, so you're on the other side.
yeah.
Okay, and then who's next? Casimir with the mule.
Yeah.
Mhm. And then I'll go.
Okay, and when will you go?
Wait till the mule and Casimir get 25 feet out.
Okay. And then will you go
Yeah, I'll keep the same
with the goblin?
pacing, yeah.
Okay.
Goblins are going to make a room.
Roll a spot. Rohan.
I've never had to logistically march prisoners before, so I'm not
Good
sure.
God. I got an 8.
You got the roll box blues.
Like that thing just sucked the luck out of our spots. Like every single spot.
Your attack rolls have been pretty good in there, though.
Yeah, attacks and survivals have been good, but
All right. So now you don't see anything on the other side.
I'm not surprised.
You don't hear anything either. Casimir, you do a spot.
8.
Okay. And then Fenrith, you do a spot.
9.
13.
And then Graham, you do a spot.
5.
We're very focused.
Okay.
This is
Well,
going to
now-
happen, whatever it is.
Everybody do a listen.
This really is just bound to happen. 25.
13.
19.
6.
All right. So Rohan and Graham, you hear a sound that you have never heard before. It's unmistakably alien to the environment. It's not a sound that could reasonably be expected to be heard in a forest, at a river, in the world. So it's clearly moving. You look across in the direction it's coming from, and all you see is a slight shimmer to the air. That's it. But it's clearly moving directly for the tree. And as it gets closer, it gets louder and louder.
But we don't see any?
You don't see anything but a slight shimmer to the air shooting through towards the tree. And then it slams into the tree, and the explosion is one of noise, like an even louder noise than it made as it was traveling. And the whole tree shakes, and wood chips fly out of where it struck. So do a test.
No.
I can't think of. Let me
Balance.
Well, we got
reflex.
balance, reflex save.
No, not a save. A balance
Dexterity.
check, a balance.
Okay.
For everyone, or
Everyone that's on the tree,
which is.
Everyone.
you three,
Okay.
and the goblins, who I will do a balance check.
Gotta quit switching your dice, John.
5 then, right? Yeah.
Okay. Casimir
14.
and Graham,
18.
Fenrir.
2.
Okay, you lose your footing and fall to the ground. You fall down. You guys are shaky but manage to stay upright. The goblins do not. They all fall down. And now they're panicked, so they're like trying to hug the ground because they're scared. It's shaking really bad. To another spot.
No. 11.
Something about that spot.
I
What
just
you put
fired
forward.
blindly.
Alright.
You can
Hold
fire
it like
blindly. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I'll shoot an arrow at
Okay.
something that's attacking the tree.
You don't see anything.
I know. I'm really
blindly
like
firing in the direction that the thing that the
Yeah.
shimmering came from.
yeah.
Okay, well, let me see if I can set this scene a little bit better. So you have a waterfall, and it falls, 100 feet or so,
Yeah.
and then it travels some more, and then it falls 100 feet or so, and travels some more, and then straight above that, 150 feet,
Yeah.
is the tree that you guys are on.
Yeah.
And the ground you're on is it's on level with this tree. But then, and it's all rocks on your side, it very sharply follows the same sort of path. Imagine that it used to follow the same river it's following now, just that river was 1,000 times bigger.
Okay.
Right? So you've got cliff, ground, rocky ground, cliff, rocky ground, until it's out of sight and trees appear again.
Yeah.
Right? So when you look down south, all you see is this river and this canyon
Okay.
coming across. So
So the shimmering thing that hit the tree is
came
it
from
still
that
shimmering?
direction. No.
Okay.
No, once
Like-
it hit the tree, it's gone.
Right.
Okay.
But it produced a loud noise and shook the tree violently.
Yeah.
But you can't see what produced that.
So you've tried to see with your
Yes.
spot checks, but you can't see where it came from. But now you hear another one approaching, screaming through the air.
Okay.
And a sound that you've never heard ever before, but unmistakably alien to the environment.
Okay. I'll shout to brace yourselves.
I try another spot check to see this.
Yeah, each of you can try again to spot.
Can I fire?
21.
Casimir,
Oh, it's plus one.
19.
19. Okay, so you finally, you fell,
21.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
okay.
just on.
So you're looking, and you're like, what? Looking around, and you finally see, just outside of the tree line, way far downriver, right? It's just the tiniest little figure standing out on the cliff that overlooks the river where this being is, and it's hard to pick out details, but they have a staff and a bald head, and they're clearly pointing at you, and it's from them that this is emanating. These missiles that shimmer and as they cut through the sky. And the tree is struck again. Do another balance, except for you two.
Gentle in there.
You just kind of sway with it.
20.
Okay, Casimir.
12.
Okay. So, we'll do this in initiative. Let's get initiative.
Now I get a good roll.
What did you get, Rohan?
20.
9.
And Fenrir.
I get a 10.
Graham.
9.
Casimir.
I got 10 as well.
May as well be blindfolded, but at least I move fast.
Okay, Rohan.
Guess I have to spot this guy before I can.
Right. You can try a spot check.
No.
Okay. What did you roll?
I rolled a 9.
Okay, well, you think you see someone on the opposite side of the river, very close to the tree,
On their side?
on their side, on the side you came from, all the way back across. You think you see someone standing just inside the tree.
Sure. Being fired at though.
Who's faster between Casimir and Fenrir?
12.
I got 13 or 15 dicks.
Casimir.
Did I fall in the last hit?
No.
All right, I'll start trying to move faster with the mule.
Okay.
Was it a medium load? So I'd be moving 20 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll try to double move
Okay.
40 feet, and I'll yell back in Goblin at the goblins to get up and follow before the tree falls.
Okay. Fenrir.
I'll get up if I'm able to. You want to balance again? Or?
No, you can get up.
And then I will start to move. Proceed 20 feet.
Okay. Graham.
Okay, so I spotted that guy. So I'll do the ever useful point and say there.
Yeah.
For any of you guys that didn't see him, way down over there. Look there. And then I'll try to move as fast as I can, towing these goblins behind me.
Right, so they're all on the ground. They're all
Right.
falling.
Just be like, get up.
Yeah.
So can I help him up?
Just drag him.
No, that's actually what I'll do. I'll be panicking a little bit. So
Going.
I'll just start going, try to drag him behind me.
Okay.
2 goblins.
Well, there's
3, that's right, yeah.
yeah.
What happened to the third one?
Had to
All
lighten
right.
my load.
Okay, so you start moving, trying to drag them, but they're actively fighting against you
Yeah.
because they're scared.
What about the fish? We talked about fish. Come on. Tug of war with 3 goblins.
So one of them manages to get up, and he runs backwards.
I guess we
He
are
starts
closer to
tugging
that
back towards the other side.
one. Okay.
So do a strength check.
5,
What is your strength?
10.
Okay, it's a tie.
Okay, so we're at an impasse.
Okay.
That's where we say what happens when a removable object. What is it? I don't know.
Unstoppable force.
Yeah.
So that sound again, and once again the tree shakes violently. Balance check from all those standing. Casimir.
4.
Okay, you fall to your death.
6.
You fall to your death.
10.
You fall to your death. Party wipe.
Good game session.
I'm fine.
The person who has been doing this comes out and says, "Would you like to journey with my group since yours is dead?" And next
Yeah,
time
you
we'll
seem
pick up.
stronger.
You guys don't need to show up next Sunday.
Could we make goblins?
Yeah, you can play the guy.
That's pretty good.
I like that.
Okay, Rohan. So you see everybody fall except for one goblin who had stood up, is still standing, and he's actively trying to drag the rope back the other way. His companions and Graham.
So with Graham's there.
Right. So I'll give you a +2 to your spot.
Need everything I can get.
This is the
With
dead
the,
zone.
with the
And that doesn't even roll.
+2, it's 19.
Okay, you see, but it's like 1,500 yards away. But you do see a man, a bald head. You see holding a staff, and he's pointing. And you've got a better look at the tree than they do because you can see the side of it.
Yeah.
And so huge chunks have been blown out of this. You guess probably 2 more hits, maybe 3, and the thing comes apart.
Okay. I'm going to shout to them that they need to get off the tree before it falls and start running towards the guy as I pull out my bow.
Okay.
At the very least, maybe I can draw some fire.
Didn't you say that when we fought those Aes?
Yeah. Every time this happens, I die, but
Well,
I had a glorious death that time. Like, that was a truly glorious death.
well, just looking at the terrain between you and that guy, you're talking a day's travel because of all the climbing you're gonna have to do.
Can you shoot him?
That's a ridiculous shot.
Yeah, what is it? I know you don't got your ranges.
The ranges are 100 feet, so I think it's even
Up to
outside
10
of my...
increments, I think,
Yeah.
is as high as you can go.
I don't know if he'd give me any kind of a bonus for the
Height?
elevation,
No,
but
no, there's
High ground
there's a
bonus. It's in
limit.
the book. No, just kidding.
There's a limit to the power of a bow. If you were a Canadian with a sniper rifle, then
Is there?
can I be?
I think
Was
I'm
that an
think
option?
about Final Fantasy Tactics about getting an
remember
increased
seeing
range based
Oh,
on
if you were
elevation.
Yeah, is there... Are there any like large rocks? I know this is going to sound stupid, but the next time I see one of those shimmers coming, I'm going to try throwing a large rock into it, see if I can get it to detonate early.
Oh, okay. So there are rocks nearby, but he's aiming at the center of this tree pretty much.
Yeah.
And so you're looking at like a 75-foot throw across this chasm in order to intercept the path of from where you're standing, right? Does that make sense?
I thought I had just come off this end of the tree.
Right. But it's like a 200-yard or 200-foot chasm. So he's aiming for the center.
Okay.
So from where you're at, to throw a rock to intercept it is a long throw.
Okay.
So you're going to have to balance the length of that throw with the size of the rock that you pick.
Okay.
You can try.
I'll try and grab one as I'm moving that direction.
Okay.
Lessen the distance between me and them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like we've never really seen magic before, so we don't know exactly
Right.
what we're dealing with. So I'm just throwing out anything, literally throwing anything I can at it.
Okay.
Weapons have a range increment of 5.
A 5?
Yeah.
Okay. So if
If you have a sling,
if I can move 40 feet, then that puts it within 7 range
Bunch
increments.
of sissies in the D&D one. Throw a hard rock
that's
out
50 feet.
That's
for for a little rock.
I was trying to find a rock and run towards where the thing was
right.
blasting.
That was your turn. That brings us to Casimir.
Stand up and move 20 feet forward.
Okay. Benry.
Which side am I closest to? The side that Rohan's on, or back?
You went second, right?
I went, after the mule. I'm 25 feet away from them. Well,
Yeah,
now
so-
probably more.
You're closer now.
Yeah.
Well, like technically you're closer to the side you came on at.
How far away could I gauge that at?
Well, now it's probably like 60 feet. But it's
Did
also...
you say anything about the integrity of the log?
Yeah, I shouted that we
Yeah, I
needed
shouted
to
that
hurry.
you need to get off now.
I'll stand up and move 20 feet, because it's, 140 feet that other way?
Probably, yeah, around that.
I'm gonna move back 20 feet towards the other direction,
Okay,
towards the 60-foot option,
okay.
and shout that I'll have to find a different way across.
So you walk past Graham.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would put you right by Graham. And he's now the way back is clogged with panicked goblins.
Tell Graham's let him go, is where this thing's gonna break.
Okay, so the one keeps pulling, the other two get up and they each pull in a different direction. So, like they're completely panicked, and now the two that just got up are literally pulling towards the edge of the log. Yeah, your move.
Yeah, so I'll be panicked myself, and I'll drop the lead line and run as fast as I can
Okay.
to the side that we're going towards. Yeah.
The side he's on,
Yeah.
the end goal.
Yep.
Okay. Alright. Rohan, you see this shimmer streaking through the air, screaming like a demon.
And I'll throw my rock at it.
Okay, go ahead. Roll your rocket throw skill.
Do I add anything to it?
Your
Attack
dex,
bonus?
Attack bonus,
Yeah,
yeah,
your
ranged
your
attack.
ranged attack.
Ranged attack puts it at 23.
Okay. How big of a rock?
I figured since I'm running just one that I can grab with one hand as I'm running past, so
Okay.
grapefruit size.
Alright, so your aim is true, and you see it arc up and intercept this shimmer perfectly, and get pushed out of the way, and this missile strikes, and in another explosion of sound, ear splitting, like loud enough that you feel it in your chest. More wood splinters and flies away. Balance checks. Oh no.
As the goblins.
No, the mule lost its balance and fell down.
Does it get a plus because it's
Yeah.
nice?
What did you get?
I got a 16.
Okay.
11.
12.
Okay, you fall, you don't fall. Casimir.
I'll try to get the mule to stand, and then if I can, move 20 feet.
Okay. Right, yeah, it's easy enough to get the mule to stand back up. But now he's freaking out.
Handle
You can
animal?
see- You can see his wild eyes, yeah.
Oh no, 4.
Okay, alright. So it darts past you.
Okay.
Just hang on and enjoy the ride.
Yeah, can I try to hang on?
No,
Oh.
you've done too much already. Fenrith.
I am going to. Can I double move past the goblins?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll double move past the goblins, which should take me to the other side completely.
Okay,
The way that we had come from.
right.
And then that'll end my turn.
Okay. So then the two goblins were successful going towards the edge, and they didn't realize until it was too late in their panic. And they weren't able to stop themselves, so they fell to either side of the log, one on either side. So they're holding each other up. And the third one is like still trying to pull them back because it's, it's tied to him. He can't do anything about it. So he's like trying to make it to the end. Graham.
Okay, I'll stand back up and keep running.
Okay. Okay. Once again, the screaming missile flies through the sky, strikes the tree, another shower of wood chips. One more balance check.
15.
22.
Okay. So you don't fall, and neither does the mule and the cat that's on the mule.
Oh, I forgot. Okay.
But you hear a loud groan and crack as the tree snaps and falls out from under your feet. You go tumbling through the sky towards certain death below. The tree falls out from under you, and you hear the screams of the goblins and a protest from Steve the donkey, and you fall. So let's have Graham and Casimir do a
Steve got
reflex
two
save.
birds. Wait a second.
That's my specialty.
Is that this is Philo, not
Oh my god.
Oh, did I misname it?
Steve. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
trying to remember the good old
The
days.
donkey.
Well, if it is Steve the donkey, there's a chance Manicores will show up and accidentally save us while they try to kill the donkey.
Yeah, but we'll be saved. Philo is just like instant death.
But he could rise.
And then become Steve 2.0.
No, like Philo. No.
Casimir.
Oh, okay. No,
Critical fail.
Oh. It's
I
not
rolled
a
it.
joke when the felt messes up your roll now, huh?
I didn't.
And it was a green screen.
Graham.
10.
Yeah, I might as well just roll into this bag 20 every time.
I think
Can't
we should
see
use
it. You
the
could be
honor
right.
system.
Okay, so you fall, you slam into the river, but it's moving quickly to the next fall, and you try to grab onto something to hold you up, but you fail. and you fall down further. What did you want to do? You're over on the side you started on, right?
Yes.
So what do you do?
I will. The goblins are on my side too.
Nope,
Okay, they fell down.
they fell.
I will shout for Rohan to throw them a rope.
We already fell like 130 feet.
Yeah, I definitely
Did
don't have
you?
that much rope.
You don't. You see that he's making some noise, but the river is much too loud for you to hear what he's saying. 1 point, Casimir of subdual damage, and 3 points, Graham of subdual damage. Being slammed against the rocks.
Now, you had mentioned that this terrain kind of slopes downward as, like, down
Yeah.
and around towards where the river
If you took
would
a high
come.
enough viewpoint of it, from your viewpoint, it's a very gentle slope, but then a drop, and then another drop.
Okay, I'm gonna start running towards that first drop
Okay.
to try and get down, see if I can find any survivors.
Okay.
And what I had with me was one of the 50-foot sections of rope and a water skin.
Okay.
You have an extra 20 pounds of stuff.
Was it just rations or?
No, Casimir had the majority of our gear.
Oh. No. The 20 pounds would have been the rope.
Yeah. As I had taken torches, lanterns,
Time enough for that later.
javelins,
So
and slings.
you do another save, Casimir and Graham.
19.
15.
All right. So at this next fall, there's a boulder that you grab a hold of. So the water is still very strong and pulling on you, but right for now, you've got a good grip on this boulder. The same one for both of you.
Is it big enough for us to climb onto?
Yeah, it would be big enough
Okay.
if you could manage it. So, Rohan, you've got about 300 feet till you reach the drop off.
Okay.
And then what were you going to do?
Looking down, can I spot any other place that I might be able to cross this?
No,
No?
no, not looking down. You can't see any place you can cross.
Okay. And it still continues further up too?
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah, where it comes from.
Well, I'll make my way down to where Graham and Casimir grabbed onto the rock to make sure that they're doing alright before I try and figure out a way across.
Right, so that's about 300 feet
Okay, so,
overall.
yeah.
The boulder they're on is like way out in the river, in the middle of the river. For now, you can see, you can barely see some dark shapes that represent them as the water's washing over them.
Can I see where... I can't quite remember. Was I able to see the person or the thing that had broken this log?
No.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I'll start making my way down, back down then.
Okay.
Is trying to keep them in sight or their shadows in sight at least.
Okay. All right. Casimir and Graham, you guys are hanging on barely to this boulder. What do you do?
I'd like to try to climb up onto the boulder.
Okay. Make a climb check.
22.
Nice.
Okay.
I'll attempt to do the same
All
thing.
right.
Oh, nice. 25.
Okay. So, through magic, you manage to climb up on this boulder, even though it's really smooth and there's not really handholds. Just the stickiness
The
of
water
your.
pushes
Yeah.
them up.
You manage to get up onto this boulder. There's plenty of room for both of you up there.
Are there any other like rocks that are kind of sticking up out of the water nearby? Like maybe we could try to hunt.
Well, not that you can see, because of the water moving so quickly and the foam and it's hard to see what's underneath that. So, but you do see there is a goblin heading directly for the boulder.
Is this one of the ones that?
Yeah, one of the ones you guys had captured. He's being swept down and he's almost to the boulder. That's all you see at this point. So it'll be, you get to the cliff face and it's about a 50-foot drop.
Okay.
But it does look climb downable.
Okay. Is there a rock large enough that I could kind of loop the top of a rope around, set up a snare so I could kind of rappel down?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah you could.
So yeah, I'll use a little bit of time to, as quickly as I can, loop
Okay.
those.
Yeah, it'll take about a minute.
Okay.
Fenrith, same for you. Now you've reached the point where it's a drop off.
How does mine look?
It's the same. It's climbable.
With difficulty, or?
Well, yeah, you'd have to watch what you were doing.
I will stay where I'm at for right now and just watch out over. But I still have a pretty clear view of them on a boulder.
Yeah, you can see them.
Okay.
And you can see the goblin headed towards them, and then you can see Philo also being swept down, headed towards them.
Okay. I'll. Is there an easier way down than climbing this?
Well,
You can jump in the river?
Or jumping in the river? 'Cause, that would lead me over to where
Well,
down to their
you don't know.
section.
not that you can see, but you've got the forest right next to you. And so it is possible that if you took a wide circle, you might be able to find better terrain, but you don't know.
All right. Yeah, I'll start doing that. Just go down and around. 'Cause I've never been a good climber. So
Oh, off into the forest?
yeah, so I'm trying to pick a way around to get down to where they are.
Don't get lost. It's easy to do out there.
Okay.
Good advice from the roaring river.
Rowan and Fenrith make a spot check.
You have much nicer handwriting than I do.
He's got that elven script.
Yeah.
Okay. Casimir.
So we got a goblin come towards us?
Yeah. And he's clearly maddened with panic.
I'm going to ready an action to try to grab him out of the water when he gets near
Okay.
enough. I expect he'll attack opportunity me when I go to grapple him out of the water and then pull us both down. But gotta give it a try.
Exactly what he
You could just stab him with your trident and then like
Push him
use it
away.
like a fork to pull him up.
Oh, well, that does remind me, all of your weapons are doing that vibration.
Okay.
Graham.
Yeah, I was gonna do what Casimir was doing, but since he moves first, I guess I'll just
Aid me?
aid. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be like, Goblin here, over here. Do it, Chris.
Okay.
My hand slides down the outside of your hand, so we're both. I'm sorry. I have to stop doing that. I
Rohan.
told myself.
When you're climbing down, you spot something in the trees.
Okay. The ones that are close or like down by where the
No,
magic
off to the
man.
side of
Graham's
Okay.
hand sliding through.
If I remember right,
Down
it kind of went
the
down
outside
and
of
down,
Casimir's,
and
'cause
then
that's
it was
all
way
I
down there
could
that
see.
the sorcerer was that had
Yeah, not
blown
that
us down.
far. Right
But-
beside
okay.
you.
I
pretty much.
specifically set out not to make those
I'm not,
trees.
I'm not making pottery here.
Okay.
I'm snatching a goblin up. No need to go.
Try and hurry my way down as fast as I can.
Forgive me.
Yeah, I'll try and hurry down as fast as I can.
Okay. Do a climb check, both of you.
Oh, me and
No, not you.
Oh,
I fall.
Well, what'd you get?
4.
There's no automatic fails for skills.
There you go. I know
But you
got
need
one.
at least a 5 to
Yeah.
climb anything, so
Does the rope give you
Oh, and plus you got
a plus?
10 to all the climbing DCs you gotta make. Remember that.
why?
Because you screwed over
Oh,
Brandon in the Wheel of Time.
Yeah.
Only a 10?
Plus 10.
Brandon merciful.
Well, no, so it's like if it's 15 to climb it, he's got like a 25.
I know.
Okay, so what we're gonna say happens here is you're climbing down and you get distracted by seeing something in the woods. You let go the rope, and so you fall faster than you want to, and burn up your hands real good.
Okay.
So 4 damage.
That's burning damage. It continues every round.
Only if he got ignited.
His hands. Rope burns hurt.
Conflagration.
I may die just trying to climb down.
That's why I went around. So I could die in the forest and no one will know.
Find a nice tree.
And then any survivors from us will go looking for you, and then they'll die in the forest too. The joys of being low-level characters.
Well, at least we didn't get attacked by a mountain lion or some sort of large cat yet.
That's what's in the forest.
I know.
What is your AC?
Mine?
Yeah.
It's a whopping 16.
Throwing boulders over there.
And yours?
It's 18, unless I'm flat-footed.
Do have to kung fu fight now.
Okay, an arrow streaks out of the woods and sticks in your shoulder for 1 point of damage. And 2 arrows fly by your head from inside the forest. Roll initiative, you two.
This has been a Death Watch production. Thank you for listening.
You